Hello everybody, this is Kavya. I am studying under Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad in the stream of Computer Science Engineering. Today I'll be teaching you the course C programming language. When I come to the contents of the language, it includes basics of C, decision control structures, loop control structure, case control structures, functions, pointers, preprocessors, arrays, strings, structures, bits, features, and internet programming. All these parts are very important when you have to learn C programming language thoroughly. Every content, whatever I have mentioned here, plays its own important role. Let us see the first lesson, basics of C, for today in this presentation. This lesson includes what is C, that means what actually C means, then what the language of C can understand, what are constants, variables, keywords, C instructions. Let us see an example program, and then how would we compile and execute it, then conversions, then operators and operations, and many more. When I say C, C is the first programming language developed in the year 1972. This was developed by a scientist called Dennis Rich. Here I just said you that C is a popular, reliable, simple and easy language. When I say this, I have to mention that C is a popular language, that though someone did not go and do its popularity, the usage, the way that it can be easily understood, easily reliable, made this language popular. This language is base for learning all the other languages. I believe that nobody can learn C++ or Java directly. This is because while learning these languages also, we come across things like classes, objects, inheritances, polymorphism, templates, references, exception handlings, and many more. All that have to be learned in C only. So when a person have to learn Java, he have to come to know what is C and then have to go back to Java. When I say operating systems are still written in C, that means major parts of operating systems, not complete operating system, major parts of operating systems like Windows, Unix, Linux are still written in C. This is because even today the performance of C language cannot be beaten by any other languages in terms of execution speed. Now I'll tell you the second topic, the language of C. Before I tell you what the language of exactly C is, let me first give you a small example of learning any other language. If you take, for example, English as a language, if you have to learn English, you have to first know alphabets, then group them and form a word. Group all the words, then form sentences. Group all the sentences and then form paragraphs. This pictorial representation I gave you here shows exactly whatever I said. The same thing happens in case of C language. You will learn alphabets, digits, special symbols in the first stage. Alphabets all include A to Z, digits 0 to 9, and special symbols include like all braces, hash symbol, @ symbol, percentile, plus, minus, equal to, division symbol, and many more. When it comes to constants, variables, and keywords, I'll be telling you further in this lesson only. Then we go for instructions, that means how we make use of these constants, variables, and keywords and form a one instruction statement. All these statements are grouped together to form a program. Now, I'll tell you what are constants, variables, and keywords. As I said you, all the alphabets, numbers, and special symbols were properly combined to form constants, variables, and keywords. As words such as constant is an entity that does not change. Variable is an entity that may change depending on the program that we write. Then keywords, these are the words whose meanings are already explained to the C compiler. That means wherever you use this type of word, compiler understands that this is a keyword that had that particular meaning. When we go deep into this, I'll tell you that there are two types of constants in C. They are primary constants and secondary constants. Today we'll be learning only about primary constants. They include integer constants, real constants, and character constants. These secondary constants will be learned further in the other lessons. Primary constants, all that includes we'll see them further. Let me tell you what are the types of C variables. These types of C variables mainly include integers, reals, or character constants. That means this integer variable can only hold integer values. Real variable can only hold real values. Character constants can only hold character or characters. That will be explained like when you write a variable in terms of integer, it cannot hold any decimal point number. That respective number or type of digit or variable has only to be given to that particular variable. When I come to keywords, these keywords cannot be changed whenever you want in the program that you have to write. There are only 32 keywords available in C. These 32 keywords are constant, that meaning cannot be changed anywhere in the program. Though few programming languages support these keywords can be used in any other language, but preferably we have to not use this keyword for any other purpose other than their meaning. These here I have listed few keywords, like you use break, case statements, if else, extend, float, and many more. Here I come for C instructions. When you have to use all these in the program, we have to know what are the basic instructions that we have to use in the programming language. There are three types of instructions in C language: type declaration instruction, arithmetic instruction, and control instructions. When I say you type declarating instructions, these instructions are used to declare the type of variable that you have to use in your program. For example, if I say here, you use int x, float y, and char c. That means these x, y, and c variables have to be declared before you use in your program. When I come for arithmetic instructions, these arithmetic instructions include multiplication, addition, subtraction, division, and equal to. This equal to is an exception or extra additional feature that comes under arithmetic instructions. When you use these instructions, you can make an expression like this, however I'm showing. But before you use this, you'll be declaring them in terms of int or float, then use all the arithmetic operations, and then form an expression that you have to solve in your program. This is the basic small program that I'm telling you today. Here, this symbols starting and beginning of the line indicates that this line is comment line. Okay, anything can be written in this line. This hash include stdio.h is standard input output header files. These header files will be given within the while you install the programming or the compiler that you have to do. Then the int main says that the anything that you write in the program have to return some value. Here I have written just 0 because all the calculations are done within the program. Now I have to calculate the simple interest. For that, I'm declaring all the required things like P, N, R, SI, and assigning some values for them, and then writing a simple formula, printing the output statement. That's all. This is the simple program that we are writing today. Here, once you write the program, that has to be compiled and executed. When you have to do that, there are two terms that has to be remembered, like editor and compiler. Editor is used where you have to type your C program, and compiler is used to convert our C program into machine understandable language before execution. Therefore, an integrated development environment IDE consists of these both editor and compiler, which makes our work easy. Here comes integer to float conversions or type conversions in assignment. The only thing why we have to learn this too today is, if you have to understand the implicit conversions, what all happening inside programming, you have to know when either you give a floating point number or integer number, you get an appropriate output that you require. For that purpose, we will learn the float or and integer conversions. When you give an operation like integer and integer, the output will be always an integer. When you give real and real, the output will always be a real. When you give an integer and real, the output will be real. That is because the integer value, that whatever you give, will be converted into real, and then the appropriate output is given. Type conversions. This is very similar to the integer float conversion, whatever I have said. But in this type conversions, we'll be learning that float value or integer value is converted to the appropriate one. Like before the assignment operator equal to, if you use it on the left hand side, the right hand side value will be converted accordingly, whatever the left hand side value is. Here, hierarchy of operations, that means how the operations in an expression has to be done. Like I said, your operation will be multiplication, addition, subtraction, and all that. When you do all that in a single statement, how you use them with a simple small formula or rule that you use called BODMAS, that will tell you bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. This simple formula or rule has to be followed whenever you execute any kind of complex statement that contain more than one operators. Here comes associativity of operators. That means which association that you have to give for the operators. Like if there are two operators, like both multiplications are or both one division multiplication are given, the priority for that operation is given same. As I explained you in the previous slide in a box, all the priorities are given same. Like here, priority for multiplication and division is same. In this situation, which one that we have to execute first is a confusing thing. In that position, we use this associativity of operators to make our work easier. Like here, I use x, y and z, and I want an output x divided by y into z. I either have to come from left to right or right to left. That will be decided how we give the associativity to that operators in that program. Okay, this is all about that I thought of explaining today, and I wanted to explain you all today. Anywhere, any kind of doubt that you had, or that you feel like I'm going quick faster, or you wanted some bit more explanation, you can yet tell me. I'll be telling you in any situation, like any of the slide that you required, still better explanation is required, or still deeper explanation is required, you can still intimate me. Thank you so much for listening to my class for today. Thank you.